Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for the next 10 days. It is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, guys, definitely check out those other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone who watches. So we're going to do something a little bit different. If you've been with me before, welcome back. We're going to do one card from the Wisdom of the Oracle and just see what the overall energy is. And then I'm going to pull a 9-card spread and we'll go from there. If you are new, welcome. I hope you'll stay. If you'd like a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. All right, let's see what energy is going to be with you the next 10 days. So we have poised. I love it. This is a 48. It reduces to a 12, which is also reduced even further to a 3. Look how beautifully that fits right into the scenery. It's as if your energy is going to blend right in with the fall. You could be looking forward to this time of year, the season. You might like this, how autumn looks, things like that. So your energy feels like it's just going to be flowing through not only the next 10 days, but just strongly, I feel like, through the winter season. So it feels like happiness starts to kind of bubble up even through some of the tough times. I feel like some people at the holidays just relax into it and enjoy it. Now, also, I want to take a look at this because this was really important. They had me turn it over and it's higher power. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that and keep it here. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, even though it may feel a little bit difficult, even if you're getting blessings, they just want you to know that you are completely and utterly protected. I know you guys hear that a lot, but it's really important to sometimes remind yourself that even through the toughest of times, you still look good doing it, and there's always somebody there listening. So if you've been speaking out, or you've been hoping or wishing for something, or even just being grateful and saying thank you for all of the things that have come into your life thus far, then this is your guides just coming in and saying, hey, we know, we hear you, and we appreciate all of your prayers, whether they're for change or for the gratitude that you have, whatever it is that you have been saying or praying to them about. They just want you to know. Somebody needed to hear that. They hear you. All right. Let's see what is going on for you the next 10 days. This is for Capricorn. All right, to start, so we have the 4 of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Hierophant in reverse. So some of you are definitely having a difficult time because there's been a break in a relationship, either a long-term relationship or a marriage, or something that was very significant to you. With the Hierophant in reverse, that is divorce to me. And obviously with the 10 of Wands, there's a lot of struggle. Now the Sun's coming in reverse, or your ideas around what marriage is supposed to look like. So some of you may have not even gotten to this point in your life yet, and that could be where your frustration lies. So I'm going to give you both scenarios. Some of you may be actually removed from a relationship. Okay, I always have a lot to say, so I'm going to get this out the best way I know how for both of the people I feel like this is going to resonate for. Those of you that have gone through a divorce, whether it's recent or years ago, that relationship was being removed from your life because of the stress that it created and the unhappiness. They didn't want you to wait any longer with the 7 of Pentacles in reverse because things were not going to improve. What you needed to learn in that relationship was complete. So it had to end in order for you to get to the next cycle in your life. For those of you who hope to be one day married and haven't been, and maybe the stress of the fact that you haven't gotten to that place, you were not meant to get there yet. So please know that when things happen, we talk about divine timing and it can frustrate people, and I understand that, but this is really meant to be, for some of you, a little bit later in life, not so early in life, because it wouldn't have worked out had it happened prior to. So I hope you can understand that even though this may seem really frustrating and making you really unhappy because you waited for a really long time for the right person to come in so that you could create the family that you desire, there's a reason for it. And I promise you, it's going to be so worth it when you do find the right person for you. We've just been conditioned to believe it's supposed to happen at a certain time in our life. Okay, and then we have the Empress in reverse. So it may be at this time, you're not feeling as strong and as powerful as you normally would be. The Empress in reverse is sometimes losing hope. So a part of you might be thinking that it's never going to happen. For others of you, you may think that once you get out of this relationship, that how is there going to be happiness beyond? You just can't see it yet. That's why, if it hasn't happened for you. And there you go. We've got the Page of Cups. So part of the reason that they're pushing you to hear this probably over and over again, sometimes I do remember your readings, is because when it's coming, when the love that you desire and the changes that you desire are meant to come for you, they don't want you to necessarily know. Yes, come to people like me so you can get an idea of what energies are there, but it's also supposed to be a part of your path to be surprised when those wonderful things come. So the Page of Cups is an indication that something new is coming. So it's a new prospect in love, whether it be that somebody has already shown up for you. Maybe you don't know that this is the person that you can settle down with. Or it's just something to help you understand that it is possible. So I think what they're asking you to do is have a different perspective of what love can look like. Instead of going back to, and we talked about this a couple readings ago, instead of going back to the old conditioning, either how your family looked or what the societal expectations are, things like that, they want you to look at it from kind of a childlike perspective and wonder. Yes, some people want traditional relationships. I understand that. But in this case, it could be something just a little bit different. And it's going to be just as magnificent as you could dream up. But I want everyone to go within and figure out what really works for them individually, instead of being put in a box and feeling like you have to do things the way that other people expect you to. That's what this whole time frame is for my Capricorns. It's teaching you to be completely independent of any conditioning. So it's allowing you to open yourself up to, do I really want this the way that I've been told I want it my whole entire life? Or do I want things to be a little bit different? To me, this is saying maybe you don't want to share finances with somebody. Maybe you've worked really, really, really hard to get to a place where you've found your stability, and maybe sharing that isn't your ideal. Two people who do really well financially is the Ten of Pentacles in the upright, but sometimes they have a very cold relationship. Sometimes it can be just based on what they do for each other. And I think what you guys ultimately want long term, if you're not already in a happy relationship, is to find the depth of the love that you're looking for. So the Two of Wands in reverse can say, you could feel like you just can't see how this is going to unfold. How could it possibly? If things haven't gone right to this point, or if things have fallen apart with somebody else, how could something so much better be there? It doesn't mean that relationships that you've had in the past have all been bad, or that there weren't good times there. It's just time to move on into something that's going to fulfill you even more. I always say this to you guys: if you're watching tarot and you're in your spiritual journey, you're waking up to a different way of looking at things. So your relationships are all going to change. It's also because that's what your soul came here to experience. So you going into this place, even though it feels difficult at times, is going to be so much better than you could have even dreamed. All right, so let's look at the bottom of the deck was the Eight of Cups in reverse. And I don't think that this is, well, some of you, two things. One, you've probably already walked away from an unhappy relationship, whether it be a marriage or a long-term one. Others of you, you may not want to walk away from the idea of things that you truly desire or thought you desired. I think if you go deep within, you'll see that there are probably some things that you may not want that have been sort of laid out for you, if you will. Like I said, old conditioning, things like that. All right, so I'm going to get my other deck and we're going to clarify the Four of Wands. So you could be dealing with a Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Sorry, a little growl in my tummy there. I feel Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus is very strong, and some fire, definitely fire energy. So pretty much everybody's here. The only thing that's not here right now is air, but they could pop up at any time. All right, so let's see what's going on with the Four of Wands. So we have the King of Cups. This is somebody that's going to come into your life, masculine or feminine, that is full of the love that you desire, that is supportive, that understands you, understands your love language. It's when you really get to know yourself, you understand what you really desire in a partner. This person understands that at a different level. So this is someone who's always going to be there for you. You may not have experienced that in your relationships prior to now. And if you've already met this person, congratulations. If you haven't yet, this is what's coming towards you. So this isn't a child. This isn't somebody who's still on his learning path. He's a man. This is someone who knows what they want. They don't mess around. They don't play games. They just want to love and be loved. And then we have, look at that, the Queen of Pentacles. And this person sees you as somebody who's very, very stable. So we have a king and a queen together. This person shows love. They like your stability. They like the way you think. So they may admire you from afar. You may not know how this person truly feels just yet. But I feel like if you hold on tight, this person's going to let you know how they feel. They may have, again, already approached you. But something tells me that they really admire you from a distance. You may meet them through work as well. Now we have the Eight of Wands. So things could move very quickly with this person. I feel like they have the ability to communicate well, so they don't hold back. I just don't feel like this is someone who's, again, going to play games. It's like they shoot their shot and they're straight up. So if that's what you're looking for, this is what's coming towards you. If you've already met this person, you can definitely expect that they're going to be very clear about their expectations and what it is that they desire. This could also be that things are now moving for you. I'm going to hold these up for a second because I know it gets old just listening and no visuals. So this person has got your back. The way that this person sits in this, again, reverse it, whether it's masculine, feminine, masculine, and they know that things move quickly with you in your life, or that maybe you are someone who moves at a fast pace, and they admire that as well. But if this is something to do with work, you could have a really supportive boss figure that sees how hard you work and is going to communicate to you something great that's going to push your career forward, or some kind of communication is going to come in towards you that's going to let you know that somebody's admiring your work. They like what you've done. They see how stable you are and grounded you are. They may not verbalize it like that, but I do feel like there's going to be a lot of communication about this towards you. Okay, so then we have the Six of Pentacles. I like this, but at the same time, you have to be cautious because sometimes people have their hand out, right? When you're doing well, and then we have the Ace of Wands. When you're doing well and there are new fiery, passionate things, you could find that other people have their hand out constantly to you. So I think this is where you need to protect whatever it is that's coming into your life. If you've already been made aware of a new opportunity, something that you really had like this excitement about or this fire about, something very passionate, I feel deep within you, just be cautious because there will be people around you that are always kind of looking for a leg up. So you don't want to be in a position where, hold on, I want to get this, where somebody's always looking to see how you can help move them forward. So this allows you to see things very clearly, I want to say, in your work environment. So you could see how the future is starting to unfold, changes are starting to happen, and it's exciting. I love that. It's like the sun is finally shining on the other end of that. So if love is not perfect right now, it doesn't mean that it's not for some of you, and you're really looking into having your career advance and putting your energy there. This is a good sign that things are really starting to move forward with the Eight of Wands. All right, I'm going to get a little shuffle and then we'll look into what's going on down here. We're just going to keep adding to it. With the Sun in reverse in the Page of Cups, where you weren't happy before, this is like a renewal again in the way that you look at your love life. Look at that. And then the World card comes in. So everything is really changing for you. I hope for a lot of you. I've worked with a lot of you. You know, I say that a lot. If you haven't been here before, I love my Capricorns, and I've worked with many of you knowing that you were going through a lot of really big changes, and this is happening. This means that, yes, finally, some of these old cycles that you've had to learn such awful, painful lessons in is now finally closing out. You could be dealing with, again, a Leo, a Taurus, an Aries, or a Sagittarius, I feel. I love this because this isn't just about ending a cycle. This is about new beginnings as well with the World card. And then we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. So something that was significant to some of you, you had to walk away from, and it was probably a relationship. And that's going to change everything for you. Could have been something a long time ago, but whatever it was really is what helped shift you into this new place. Because at the time, you were carrying probably the majority of the weight, whether you were in a marriage or in a relationship. It just felt like it was really stressful most of the time. It's like you couldn't get away from that energy. And I think you were always thinking about what it would look like with the Page of Wands to have something different. Not everybody. Some of you may not want your maybe you didn't want them to break apart, the relationships that you had. But in this case, it's almost as if the universe is forcing you to look at really what brings you the passion, what brings you the fire in a relationship. Not just, okay, I want somebody who's going to love me and this and this and this. It's like you had to learn about you. You had to learn what's going to fire you up and keep you going, because you have to want to be in the relationship deeply. So you're going to want to have somebody who supports you and you want to be able to support them. You guys kind of do it naturally anyway, but this is giving you an opportunity to do it a different way and do it with the things that you've learned up to this point so that you can experience something that's much more joyful. Is it going to be perfect? Not always, but I think you've learned enough lessons, regardless of what age you are, that it's going to be very different now when you move forward. So the Five of Pentacles you could have been dealing with and or someone that you dealt with had a lot of abandonment issues and had things that they needed to heal. And that's on them to take care of themselves. Now, if you've been working on this and healing it, that's amazing, because it brings you to the Hangman in reverse, which is getting out of a place of feeling stuck. And that's when you can really start seeing your dreams come true. The things that you've been wishing on. Remember I said in the beginning that whoever watches over you hears your prayers. So just know that whatever it is you've been hoping for, it's on its way. It's going to come to each of you differently. I've been hearing a lot that things are going to be coming to people towards the end of this year. So you could see something, a big breakthrough or some kind of a manifestation that you've had just happen to pop up into your life right there at the end of the year. And you're like, what a great way to start the new year. Okay, guys, let's see if there's something else that we need to get out. All right, so let's get a little bit of advice and see if there's anything else that Spirit wants you to know for the next 10 days or focus on. So we have Hermit, Strength, love it. And then we look at that, and then the Star card. All right, so this is having done the work, finding the strength, and never giving up on your dreams. This is exactly what Spirit's advice is. Always, always know that the answers are within. Don't look to the outside for any kind of validation. Learn how to give that to yourself. Your strength is just incredibly, I don't even know the words. I don't have the words. It's like, no matter what, you guys just always pull through. I admire you so much. And then the Star card, again, this is just double confirmation that the things that you have put your energy into and how you're focused more on the future than you are on the past now is saying that those things are going to start happening for you in the way that they're meant, in the way that you desire. All right, guys, those were your messages. I hope this helped. Thank you so much for being here again, for all of your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. I love you guys so much. If you'd like a personal, that's in the description box, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.